Welcome back, guys. It was a surprise live. So we're live now, joined by Lothar and Reynat, obviously. So Lothar, how is tell us what is happening backstage? Like we are here mostly watching the games, but we are hanging out with our players and at the VIP area and also at the hallway when the games are being played. How is it?
Well, everyone that is playing in the open brackets is scouting. Like they are scouting the
Okay.
other players, so they have to they want to get the knowledge of the opponents that maybe they will play in the next rounds against them. So it's pretty hectic. And those guys that are already out, they're just hanging out, sitting in the VIP zone, watching the games. It's really cool. It's like in April, but better. So.
Okay, and how was it in April? Because our viewers might not be familiar with the VIP zone and how it worked.
Well, basically we had so much upsets back then, right? It was single elimination, so we were hanging out a lot back then because every single round there was dropouts with massive amount of players. Like first round it was 64 players being eliminated, then 32, then 16. So we had this huge group of players hanging out together, getting to know each other. That was the first big event after IAM, and IAM was limited to 10 people maybe when it comes to Hearthstone. So Dreamhack Bucuresti was the first event that actually brought the players together, and they get to know each other, and that was really cool.
Okay, and our next match will be Cursed versus Lifecoach. What do we know about Cursed?
I believe he's a Greek player from team REG, I want to say.
REG Gaming, if I got it correctly. A Greek player, so basically he is the third Greek player that we are going to meet in the televised Hearthstone, because the first one was Logan, a Russian gentleman from Greece, as we used to joke. And then there was Deathlore last weekend in Paris. Deathlore made it to the final of the 500 people Swiss tournament, and right now this is Cursed, and that's his chance to show his skills. This is the winners bracket. So Cursed actually won versus his opponent. He won 2-1, and yeah, I'm actually ready to see the games. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's.
Oh man, that beard.
The beard man.
Two beards. Like Lifecoach is the other guy, right?
Oh man, it's like the beard fight. Who is the better beard? Who is the better deck?
I gotta give it to Cursed. Lifecoach's beard's more it's trimmed, it's well kept, but.
All right, so Lifecoach is again picking his druid, and Cursed is going. I was about to say beard is going to go with the rogue deck.
Yeah, so I'd say that most of the time I'd give this matchup. I'd give the edge to Druid pretty heavily, but Lifecoach is playing cards like Earthen Ring Farseer, which are pretty easy for Rogue to deal with effectively.
So he's not playing Shade of Naxxramas in this case, right?
I think he's playing both.
Really?
Yeah, Shades and Farseers.
Okay, that's surprising.
Yeah, I guess they're good together, right? You get it up to 4/4, kill something, heal it. A lot of times the Shade ends up being left at 1 or 2 health.
That's true, but I think that he prepared for the open bracket because he thought that there will be an aggressive metagame, so he's playing both then to deal with Undertakers. Like you can coin out, nervate the Shade in turn 1, then kill an 2/3 Undertaker, heal it with Farseer. That looks really, really solid.
I like just innervating Shade.
Yeah, that's one of the best plays you can do when it comes to Druid without Wild Growth on turn 2.
All right, so what do you guys think about this hand from Lifecoach?
What about Yeti? It's very unlikely he has Sap because he wouldn't keep it.
Well, he has Rogue has no way to deal with Deadly Poison and Agent until turn 4, so without the coin, so he would have to sacrifice a Shiv and prep Eviscerate or
just backstab Eviscerate, but it's still.
But if he top decks the Sap, then you just wasted 3 cards.
He didn't really waste it because it gives you a 4-drop again. Because he didn't really have one otherwise.
Well, he still doesn't know which kind of rogue is it. It might be aggressive deck without a 1-drop.
I think playing Shade is actually safer because you are ensuring that you will be able to play Yeti on turn 3.
Well, Yeti has the same value every single turn, and Shade of Naxxramas has the best value when played on turn 1. So I think playing that on turn 1 makes more sense here, even if it sacrifice some damage points early on.
Let's see the deck list from Cursed, by the way.
Look at this Blade Flurry draw. That actually gives them the option. I mean, it's not a good trade, but you can deal with Shade next turn if you want.
Would you do it? It's like you have to deal with this Shade as soon as possible.
It's just going to wreck you otherwise. That REG.Cursed is normally not what you want to draw this early, but it's actually one of the best cards in the game against Miracle Rogue. So I think Lifecoach isn't completely unhappy to see that here.
What is super exciting about Lifecoach deck is that he has only one Keeper and one Yeti.
Huh.
Oh, we actually missed that.
It's really unorthodox, I think, because if he plays Wild Groves, then you want to get a 4-drop, and he just cut 2 of those.
Yep.
I guess that's weird.
If you go second, I guess 3 drops are better because you can coin the Wild Growth. But still, I agree with you. Yeah, you usually don't see those changes.
This by Cursed is actually pretty much standard. Standard Malagus Rogue.
Well, it's 2 Drakes, so that's kinda more rare right now because some players are switching 1 Drake, 1 Harrison Jones, which makes much sense when it comes to current metagame. But maybe he was thinking that players will switch the metagame, like to non-weapon thing.
He is going for the Blade Flurry play to be able to clear the board, but his hand is not that exciting. Like, for the next couple of turns, he doesn't have many cards to play.
He has to deal with a Yeti right now, and when he just played a Deadly Poison and Blade Flurry, he lost a lot of arsenal to actually deal with a 5 HP minion. He has to draw a Shiv. Everstate would be best. Oh.
Yeah, he just got a Shiv. So
okay, that's easy.
So Lifecoach's draw has been pretty abysmal up to this point, but if he doesn't have many 4-drops, but if he draws a 5, he'll at least be doing something.
He's playing 1 Druid of the Claw.
Luckily for him, the Rogue didn't actually mulligan very aggressively for Auctioneers. It doesn't actually have it yet. I think Cursed ended up keeping Deadly Poison and Backstab in his opening hand, I want to say.
Did you see just Lifecoach going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He actually said that.
Yeah, he is saying that often. But even though his hand is pretty bad, he still has time. Like, Rogue doesn't do much pressure right now.
He should play the SI. I would play the SI.
Oh yeah, definitely. You just play an SI and weapon up. Like, you need to apply some pressure. Like, you can't afford to not do anything.
There are 2 ways here, but the better way, of course, is to play the board control, like anything. 3/3 is great because Druid has only one way to deal with that, and that's the ref or swipe. Well, swipe is
do you agree with
bad.
playing a 6/7?
Yeah, sure. But the other thing is, like, if he is anticipating a 5-drop, which could be a thing, like against a Druid, he will have the Backstab agent combo, which is 4 damage instantly, so he can kill another Yeti, but I don't know if he's aware that Lifecoach is playing only 1. But he can also kill an Azure Drake, which might come on turn 5. So keeping the agent is okayish, but playing the actual minion would be much better, I think.
This is such an awkward turn. It's like, he is lucky that he got a 4-drop, but do you even want to play it? Like, the thing is, normally Lifecoach would be so dead if the Rogue would have a normal hand with Gadgets and Auctioneer, or even like 3-drops that he could actually play. But right now,
if I know my Miracle Rogue, I know exactly where that Auctioneer is. And it's pretty much right on top of the deck for this conceal turn. If I'm in Lifecoach's position. If I were Cursed, it would be, cards number 28 and 29. But
not 28, 9, and 30?
By the way, I would play this keeper. Like,
that's if I play Mage.
Yeah, that's the Alex Straza and Antonidas, right?
No, the Dream.
Playing the single keeper here is really harsh for
no
for
more silence,
Lifecoach
but
here.
on
No
the
more
other hand,
silences.
what are you going to silence?
Well, silencing Falnos is a thing. Like when Rogue has a really bad hand,
yeah, but still you have cards you want to play on next turns. Like you have Sigurd 7-drop.
Yeah, sure. That's the thing. That's why he played the keeper, because he will have not enough time to actually empty his hand. So playing with Druid has to be mana efficient, I think.
Yeah, you have to apply some pressure here. Like, the only way that Druid can win this game is to just apply pressure and win by either combo or just killing your opponent with minions. Like the more you wait as a druid, the better for the rogue. Lifecoach doesn't know which kind of rogue is it. Like, is it a Tare with Alexstrasza as a sprint? Is it Malygos, or is it like standard Gadgetzan? But still, you want to apply pressure as much as possible.
The problem with the druid deck is when you don't draw the wild growth, then you're pretty much stuck with your hand. There's no easy way to deal with the creature. To get board control, because you will be almost always playing one creature, which will not be faster than creatures of your opponent without the wild growth. Innervate will help here, but as we saw, the rogue was dealing with the Shade of Naxxramas with a AoE attack, which was the only response he had in his deck. So that was really important.
By the way, Reynald, what do you think about not attacking with a weapon?
Meh. I mean, it doesn't. Not a huge deal either way, honestly. I was more trying to think if it was correct to play the turn the way he did, and I think it actually makes sense. He could have, for example, used the weapon on the keeper and then gone face with the agent, but I think the rogue's life total is more important when you have Malygos in hand. Okay, so yeah, here you just run in all the creatures.
Azure Drake, okay. Well, you have to sacrifice 5 points of your HP, but that's still okay. He's at healthy 21.
You want to make a weapon anyway for this poison, so this is fine.
Yeah, that's a fine turn.
That turn is actually not that terrible. Azure Drake was pretty important. Obviously, Auctioneer would be better, but Azure Drake is something. Like, he was able to develop the board into a card.
Now it's interesting because Lifecoach is basically put into a position when he has to play the Ancient of Lore and to draw cards. But then it can be easily dealt with a second Eviscerate from Rogue, or maybe just Backstab, Fan of Knives. So there are so many possibilities to deal with a 5 HP minion when you're playing Rogue and you have a spell power on board.
There are no other plays. Like,
yeah, that's why I said he's forced to do that.
And it's not terrible. I mean, you just play a 5/5, you draw 2 cards. Like,
oh, that's unlucky. It's like the 2 draws were the worst thing he could have drawn. Like, it has no value at all because you don't want to play some 2 mana for nothing or turn 8, and those cards will wait. Oh, look, that's the second.
I mean, Farseer is fine, but yeah,
the 12 growths are dead cards.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're like blanks until turn 10, and then you limit yourself to being like on turn 8 instead of having 10 mana. And
Backstab, by the way, is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, having this spell power with the Azure Drake already on board is super important. You just killed a 5/5 creature for 3 mana and 1 card, and you cycled the deck, and that's even more important for the rogue, because you want to get that Auctioneer or maybe an Assassin's Blade, because that's one of the way to deal with the huge amount of HP that the druid has right now.
Do you play the weapon here or SA7?
Yeah, you played Blade and Attack.
Yeah.
There's no way the game's going to last 4 turns.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I don't get the point of playing the Deadly Poison here.
I think he missed something like 12 damage from that SI not being played earlier on turn 5.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Just as a blank. Be hard to deal with. He was thinking about conceal.
I would actually conceal this board, because without there's no way to deal when you're playing druid. There's no way to deal with concealed creatures apart from playing poison seeds, and that would be like disastrous also.
Or Ragnaros, which I think is what's about to happen. He's gonna wrath the 3/3 play Ragnaros.
Yeah, the Innervate here is very important.
I'm thinking if there is any play with Force of Nature, but
what's funny,
it's a losing play. I mean, you can clear the board with it, but it won't win you the game.
Force of Nature.
Also think about this: if the Ragnaros hits face, then Rogue is at 13. So if he will get to live next turn and he will top deck a Savage Roar, he just wins instantly.
And if he shoots Drake, it's good. I mean, it's just the best play all around.
Yeah.
He's already seen an Eviscerate. It's not that likely he dies. It's interesting to see this Rogue deck continue to be able to remove threats and still develop creatures even though it hasn't drawn Auctioneer. Like, it hasn't really run out of steam ever.
And basically, if it deals 7 points of damage next turn, then you just need to get like a Sinister Strike and be able to use it with Malagas.
Maybe he used Deadly Poison last turn to play around Harrison, because he's seen Harrison already in Lifecoach's games, potentially.
Oh yeah, true.
So that makes some sense, I guess.
He's definitely watching the games.
Alright, I forgot about that. That's crucial information. If you know that there's a Harrison Jones in a deck. Oh wow!
Lifecoach is happy.
That's really awesome because you are just pushing your opponent into like this spot that you're getting nervous, like you're getting wrecked by something, and your opponent is really happy. So you're being like pressured into the situation.
Well, if you're sitting in front of Lifecoach and he's just slamming the table and making you happy,
I don't like this.
Like
He
slamming the
got really lucky there. He drew like a play, but if there wasn't a 3-mana 3/3 on top of his deck this turn, I think Malagos is just better.
Yeah, and that's
Even
like
still, it might have been better.
I think I will actually keep Malagas and try to get into whatever that deals damage.
but
or-
Malagos has 12 HP. That's like a ticket,
Yeah, I know.
free ticket.
I would still
out
keep the
of the track.
Malagos and maybe try to conceal it next turn. Because if you play Malagos and they have the second Keeper of the Grove, you have just like...
I think you have to conceal this turn because if you don't do it, you just you are giving the opportunities for the druid to kill the board, like with Druid of the Claw, swipe, whatever.
I would conceal this turn as well, yeah.
So
just try to top deck something.
yeah, then playing the Malagos this turn would be much better because it's now it's really easy. You just
Well,
play.
if you would conceal this board, that's 7 points of damage, and if you top deck Sinister Strike, you play Malagos, Sinister Strike, you win. But if you just play Malagos and they are able to clear Malagos, you're trying to deal damage.
The thing is, he would not be in this position if he would actually play the conceal last turn. He would be in much better spot right now.
Yeah, then Malagos, like the Ragnaros could actually kill the Drake still. He will have a free SA7.
I think you would play Druid of the Claw and Farseer. Druid of the Claw into charge. Maybe kill the Drake because you don't want to give
Spell damage.
spell power. And even if it's not like trading into Farseer would be better because your creature still lives. But there are many ways of dealing with a 1 point HP minion from Rogue side. I don't like playing the Force of Nature here, I think. So basically, you will be using your... Oh, he goes with this style of play. I don't know. I think you should have been keeping the Force of Nature for the Savage Roar draw, because this way you don't have an easy way of actually dealing 22 points of damage. And with sacrificing the Druid of the Claw, it's much better.
Oh man.
Now if you draw a Savage Roar, that would be like really bad.
This can be very ugly with that shift just waiting for the next turn.
That's 6 points of damage and cycle
I know. And
for 2 mana.
Malagas can attack if he gets like a Sinister Strike or whatever.
It's insane. Now he's forced to play Druid of the Claw with Taunt because
It doesn't even matter that much. I think you have to play Ancient of... Oh yeah, to like stop the Malagas from attacking.
yeah.
Is it better or is it like Ancient of Lore better and heal yourself for 5?
Well, you can think that if there's a Malagos, there will be no Cold Bloods. So maybe actually playing the Ancient of Lore would be better.
It's 1 more point of health. You can still draw, sure.
Well, the same thing could be done with Druid of the Claw and Hero Power Ring. And that's actually better because you get 1 more point
Yeah,
of
I like
HP
it.
that will be used against projectiles.
I like it. And then next turn you can still heal.
Yeah.
Well, but this will be 17 points of health, and Schiff is dealing what, 6, right?
6.
So 11 more.
So that's
And he's
like
going
he
to
will
have
draw
2
1
draws.
card. So there's no
Now he
Oh.
can attack for 4 as well.
prep. Okay, so the draw with the shift is super important right now.
How much damage is this? This is 10, 13. So he needs to draw into that's
What if
7, 8.
He plays only 1 Fan of Knives, and like drawing Fan of Knives would be insanely good.
I think he used Fun of Knives before.
Yeah, that's what I said. That he just uses one. He uses 1.
And he used like 1 flurry as well, so no more AoE.
He has only he can draw into Sinister Strikes and one Eviscerate, and that's actually it. He has only 2 draws that deal damage. He used both backstabs. I think he didn't think through what are the outs with playing Malygos.
It's funny because like Malygos is a win condition, but if you don't have the spells, you won't win with Malygos.
Yeah, how you want to deal damage with Malygos when you have still... He had 12 cards in his deck and only 2 outs for Malygos.
This game is over. He's not going to finish it, and then Lifecoach has double Druid of the Claw with charge.
Yeah. I think he should have maybe used the Shift on the Ancient of Law. I don't know. It was really a bad spot, so everything he could have done, like if he would actually count the outs in his deck, playing the Shift would make more sense to kill a creature, I think.
By the way, that's why I liked Lifecoach playing Ancient of Lore, because he was able to heal, and now he also has the means to finish the game quickly. Alright,
Yep, you're right.
Lifecoach is going to take game number 1 with his Druid deck versus Miracle Rogue, played by Cursed. So our Greek player shaking his head. He is disappointed for sure. Who do you think was favored, like with the matchups?
Wake Andre.
Yo, the game is over.
I've been a little bit jet lagged. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem, man. So Reina just was flying from United States here, and that's why he's a bit of a resident sleeper. But the game was pretty active, and
I saw Malygos get concealed. I was in and out there for a little bit. Who ended up taking it?
so Lifecoach won it. There was only what, 1 out, like
2 outs. There were 2 outs for the Malygos, and there was 1 Eviscerate and 1 Shift. Because he already played 2 backstabs. He plays only 1 Fan of Knives and only 1 Blade Flurry.
Was there a rag flip that could have won it?
It actually made no difference.
no difference.
Okay, interesting.
By the way, guys, Cursed, he played his Rogue, and now he is down to his Hunter and Priest, I believe. So against this Druid, I think this is exactly what we talked about before. You just take a deck that you can 2-0 with, so you probably take Hunter. Like, Priest is too dangerous, and also
Priest against Druid?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good matchup at all.
Depends on the build.
Well,
some people are really confident with their Priest against Druid, but it's... I agree with most players. I think Druid would be favored, but if you test the matchup a lot, Priest is surprisingly strong against the 4-power minions.
If you get Okanai Circle, then sure,
basically, if you get an early
cool.
Or
advantage.
Blademaster Circle.
Yeah, Blademaster Circle.
Coin in general makes it easy, I
Well,
think.
we actually seen that play, and Lifecoach was still able to take it with Druid.
Yeah. A lot of stuff went right that game, though.
True. Okay, we are ready to go to the next game, and the players will just start in a moment as well. So is Cursed going to tie the series, or is Lifecoach going to advance from his group with a perfect score? We are going to see a Hunter, which is a pretty good pick. Hunter is a deck that can win versus everything. Very strong.
Yeah, I like the choice. I also think it's heavily favored against Druid. Even with the Farseers, to try to make that matchup a little better, Hunter should still be really strong here.
By the way, how come he didn't open with Hunter?
He felt confident in his Rogue deck, and he won the previous series with a Rogue. So sometimes when you are winning a series with a certain deck, you want to keep momentum and keep playing the same deck.
I think opening either deck is fine. Like, they can both beat anything in theory. I think Hunter's a bit more consistent, but...
The thing is, if you open with Hunter, you can, like, get your 2 other decks being more specific for other matchups.
A lot of people are expecting you to open Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing.
Wow. That's the top deck.
Wow.
He still had a good curve without it. I don't think it was a huge deal, but still nice, yeah.
It's always good to have an Undertaker if you have a follow-up. And Lifecoach has a turn.
Like, and he has no Wrath. He has no Wild Growth.
Yeah, he's just deciding what to attack here.
You have to attack Undertaker, because if there's no follow-up, that can happen actually in Hunter, then you can deal with the Undertaker, with him dealing 3 damage, but that's still okay.
Oh wow, Hunter Creeper is also nice.
Scientist first, I think.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Scientist is first. But
you want to minimize the chances of drawing into a trap next turn.
He didn't have a second Death Rattle, so I was thinking like on turn 3 he will be able to play Juggler and Hunter Creeper with a coin if he wants to.
This is not that bad. I mean, maybe he thinks that a minion's going to get played and he can play juggler and then trade the creeper in and get 2 juggles. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. I probably would have played the scientist as well, though.
Do you think overall right now that there is the best play always, or sometimes you're just offered a couple of choices and depending on how the game will develop, one of those choices just ends up better?
I think there is a best play always, but it's I mean, there's some subjectivity to it, but in general, I think that you could define the best play as the play that would be made by the majority of players experienced with a given deck in a given situation. Like, if if a lot of people experienced with playing double Farseer Druid were in that position last turn, and most of them decided to play Shade, then that's probably the correct play. But it is hard to find sometimes,
True.
This is a fantastic flare. Jeez.
Oh wow. And a lot of people think that Flare is useless in this matchup. Like,
Yeah,
just cycle the card.
that's insane because you can play the Mad Scientist and just trade the Undertaker and him being still alive, so you force Druid into trading with his hero power using Rev, and he didn't have Rev before, so he has to top deck that. And if he has Swipe, the Swipe will have minimal value because you will have to use it on Mad Scientist. So
it's kind of a weird play, but what about playing Juggler and then running Haunted Creeper into Shade?
He was thinking about it.
Because it's like a little better against Swipe. Well, not.
I wouldn't do it because you're risking that your knives will actually miss.
Yeah. Or the Swipe. Yeah, as
if you miss with the knives, like, you put yourself in an awkward position. Where with this play, you're in a pretty good position if there is a swipe.
Lifecoach is going to take some time to figure out this one, I think. Innervating a 6-drop is always so scary because they could just have Freezing Trap and completely undo it. Then, of course, there's the Keeper of the Grove Innervate Hero Power play, but the problem with that is you don't have a play for turn 5 except for Farseer Hero Power.
Farseer Hero Power sounds
not
okay.
terrible.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he really just has to decide. It's
also, he has a lot of 5-drops.
Not an easy decision. That's true.
So it's really possible that he will actually top deck something.
I do think I like Keeper to silence the Scientist and then Hero Power the Undertaker.
You're at
I like
27 HP. Yeah. Like, if you don't use silence, then your Keeper will get bounced the next turn, most probably. So you will get no board control at all in 2 turns. Like, until turn 6, there will be no way of clearing Hunter's creatures without sacrificing your HP.
It's pretty crazy that, as a 2-drop 2/2, it's better to silence the Mad Scientist than to kill it.
Yeah, that's the power of the
imbalanced
Mad Scientist. Yeah, like, when I saw Mad Scientist during the preview, I was like, okay, this and the Undertaker are most powerful cards when it comes to 1 and 2 drops ever printed. Well, printed is kind of like exaggeration, but but.
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing Unleash the Hounds.
Oh yeah, we actually can look at the deck list. But 1 Unleash the Hounds.
It's still a good thing to play 1 Unleash the Hounds, because if the other player knows that you're not running it, and this might be the case when you're being streamed, then they will have no fear of overextending. And if you have just like 1 Unleash the Hounds, this will keep them in their shackles because they will be not able to overcommit the board.
Don't you think like a juggler is giving it away?
Well, it gives away the snake drop. Maybe not Unleash the Hounds, I think.
Face Boys, I like it.
Face Boys is good.
Well,
Swipe?
It looks pretty good for Hunter with the Sludge Belcher and full board.
That's so harsh. Like, basically the board didn't change from the turn before.
You just kill the 4/2 Farseer Hero Power face.
And that's 6 points of damage incoming to the Druid next turn, so we'll be at 12. At turn 5. That's like insanely low.
That's the thing for the Druid. I mean, even if you have a Farseer, it's super hard to come back, like, if you're behind.
The same goes for the Priest Death Rattle version. It's like hard to make a comeback.
And to be fair, it's not like Druid was doing nothing this whole time. Like, it was interacting with the board, it was killing stuff, and it still just falls behind. That's just the power of Hunter right now. It's just its early game is so strong, and it's so good at capitalizing on it.
Well, most of the creatures that Hunter is playing, they do something. Like Haunted Creeper has the Thrall, and Scientist, Undertaker. They all do interact with each other.
I might kill Mad Scientist here, and then heal the Keeper. Every play is bad, to be honest.
Attacking Juggler is fine as well.
It's better than attacking Huffer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. There's likely no play that wins in the game. Maybe innervating a 6-drop, even though, risky against Freezing Trap. Maybe that was the best play this game. How would that have turned out? I mean, you'd probably play Sylvanas, I think, between the two.
But then again, how do you kill your own Sylvanas?
You don't. You just attack minions every turn for the rest of the game.
I think it will be super risky because of a possible Freezing Trap.
But they'd have to naturally draw it, which is unlikely. I guess he could suicide the Scientist he had.
Yeah. So then it will be a bad play.
Yeah, this game is
Over?
Yep. It's the problem with casting Hunter games is I feel like I've seen it so many times from both sides that 4 turns before the game actually ends, I feel like it's over in a lot of cases.
Sometimes we have comebacks, but
With Hunter, I don't know. Like, once it gets ahead, it's like...
If he draws a 7 high main on turn 6, it's like...
Well,
Yeah.
Lifecoach is able to deal with this board a bit, leaving only 2 minions.
Only 2 minions. 4 up.
Small minions.
It's still a beast. So Kill Command has value, Handmaster would have value. That would be just insane.
Okay, Lothar, so being Lifecoach, how do you come back from this position?
You don't come back.
Escape,
have no way.
concede.
Yeah, Escape Concede seems like the play to do.
He's got a Eagle Horn hero power. It's the best play by far. Saves your beast for kill command.
Like, even if you deal with the board, you can't deal with hero power of Hunter.
Yep. If Lifecoach chose which cards Cursed played from his hand for the rest of the game, he would still lose. If he chose which card Cursed played and chose which cards he drew, he would still lose this
Yeah,
game.
because there is no comeback mechanism here.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Life
look,
Coach.
we predicted the play.
Well, Lifecoach doesn't waste time. He knows what's up. So, all right, Curse is.
What's the classes that are left for Lifecoach?
So Lifecoach uses his Druid, and we only seen his Druid. Right now, he can use his Hunter or Warlock, and this is a tie. And going against a Hunter, what do you take? Do you go for a Hunter-Hunter coin flip? Or do you try to... If this is
I don't think it's a coin flip.
Exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I think Lifecoach should be confident in the Hunter Mirror. I'm
And-
confident in Hunter Mirrors when I play them. It's
Well,
not.
he was the designer of the Lifecoach Hunter, so possibly he should know how it turns out. And
I mean, the deck is 12 cards different than what it was back then, so it's changed a lot. But
Yeah.
it's still like, if you're experienced with the class, you have a huge edge in the mirror.
Well, if he's playing like a zoo, he can also pick that because it's also okay against Hunter, but he knows that Cursed plays one Unleash the Hounds and Snake Trap, right? There was
Yeah.
one Snake Trap.
Yeah,
one
Snake
Snake Trap,
2 Knife
one
Jugglers.
Freezing Trap.
Yeah, well, this
Lifecoach doesn't know all this stuff.
I don't like picking Zoo as much as a mirror. I think Hunter Mirror is at worst 50-50, whereas Zoo against Hunter I feel like is less than 50%. I think Hunter's favored by some amount. So we'll see what he ends up going with. He has seen Sludge Belchers out of the Hunter deck. I mean, if Lifecoach is familiar with the different versions of Hunter and where they're favored, maybe he doesn't want the mirror just because his version isn't well equipped to deal with cards like Sludge Belcher. But it all really depends.
Well, he's definitely not picking a Handlock into that.
Oh,
So,
oh yeah.
I
Oh,
guess-
well, maybe not exactly because this Hunter's not so aggressive, and
Well, Hunter's matchup against Handlock is different now a bit, but I still feel like Hunter is having an edge against Handlock.
it depends on the draw. Really, if Handlock gets a decent draw, he can easily clear the board and drop a giant and end the game in 2 turns.
Would you say that Handlock is having an advantage against Hunter?
Heavily? No.
No, like, is it having an advantage?
Oh, having.
We are ready.
It depends on the builds. Like, you can maximize your outputs against Hunter, I think, but it also sacrifices the matchups between other classes. So you have to think about the strategy for your best of 3, and you can actually do that. So as you can prepare the third
so
deck only for counter
if I
matches.
play Hunter, would you pick hand block against my Hunter or Hunter?
Oh no, Hunter. I would
Okay.
pick Hunter.
Depends on the handlock list. You get like double Defender and Jiraxis and double Mortal Coil.
I think that the chance that the Hunter will get a decent draw and kill you before you play Jiraxis is still too high.
You don't usually win with Jiraxis, it just helps sometimes. You usually win with Molten Giants.
Okay, so Lifecoach is going to go for the Hunter Mirror. And it's thinking about mulliganing Hunter Creeper.
I don't like keeping the 3 drops if you're going to keep Mad Scientist.
If you keep, yes, that's true. But if you want to keep a 3-drop, you just want to keep 1, and I think you want to keep Eagle or Bow.
Yeah,
What do you guys think about the bow in this matchup? Because you really want to play minions.
But it's an Undertaker killer.
It's only good if you go second because it gives you an out to Undertaker. Otherwise, you don't really want it because you're killing Death Rattle minions is really weak. So
That's like the same thing with Lightning Bolt and Shaman. It's so much less value than it was before because of the Death Rattle minions.
he kept them all. Wow, that's really surprising to me.
No, he mulliganed away the Haunted Creepers. That's
He
even.
mulliganed the Hunter Creeper away.
Yeah, but he kept the 3 drops. I mean,
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's weird.
like,
I agree.
If you're gonna keep the 3 drops, you should keep the Creeper because
Now he's forced to keep the coin, not play the Mad Scientist, because playing Mad Scientist into a Death Rattle turn 2 is just catastrophic.
So I guess it's just pass, and then you...
yeah, he's
coin
gonna
bow
go
this
turn
thing.
2 Bow, turn 3 Companion, turn 4 Scientist Hero Power because there's no way Companion's
Maybe
living.
Master even.
There's no way
Well,
Companion's living.
Yeah, it's like a kill command,
And
whatever.
Well, if it lives, then he has a huge advantage there. And what about the hand of Cursed?
If we would drop a Leopard Gnome on second Web Spinner, this will be over already.
By the way, is the list different?
He's playing 100's Mark, 2 Flares,
One Unleash the Hounds, double Juggler.
and what's the list of Lifecoach?
they're both playing Sludge Belcher, from what I see.
Pretty similar lists. So Cursed is playing Unleash and Jugglers, and Lifecoach...
He doesn't play Jugglers,
the
and
Lifecoach
he's
doesn't-
playing Iron Beak Owl.
Yeah, and then
They're both
Cursed is
playing Owl.
Yeah, both playing Owl.
But Lifecoach has the extra trap. The was
I
it
f-
extra flare, or they both have 2?
Double Hunt Master, and there is no Hunt Master in the Cursed list.
I think you should have been using the ball to kill the Web Spinner, because if there will be a kill command to the Misha,
Or a
that would be-
Hunter's Mark even.
yeah, that would be catastrophic.
Well, there's no bow, so he's somehow getting away with that.
Well, now he has to drop both minions, Mad Scientist and all, to get the freezing trap out with one of those.
He doesn't have to, but maybe he should. Yeah, he probably should. I mean, you could just play Houndmaster and not attack for a while.
But you're already at 23, he has 30. I think you want to also pop the freezing trap as soon as possible to him not getting any value out of it
Yeah.
with bow.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What
2
about
drops.
keeping Iron Beak for turn 5 and a possible...
No, you don't want to keep it because you will bounce it with freezing trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it lives, we'll see.
And Pierce didn't have a kill command or Hunter's Mark because that would be already used, so you don't really fear of Mishra being killed by anything almost.
Iron Fur Grizzly.
That's huge actually in this matchup.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
additional taunt is really cool.
The small Misha.
So now that's insane because you will get a owl for a Savannah Hyman turn 6, and you can kill command it, and that's a huge tempo swing. So you have an out to the Savannah, so you don't have to worry about that. You have to worry about the board control right now. So
I guess you use Kill Command on Belcher, and then attack with whatever to spring the trap.
I don't think I would use the kill command here because you could have just used the Handmaster on the Misha, then Misha destroys Belcher, then you can but first you pop the freezing trap with your owl, then it just leaves the.
Why are you sure it's a freezing trap? It couldn't be snake trap.
No, when it was played, it was actually telegraphing that it's a freezing trap. So I would have just assumed it's a freezing trap.
Right, it is a freezing trap, so the owl is back to hand.
You just kill the minions and play freezing trap.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, do you really have to play freezing trap?
You have to, because you have to deal something.
Yeah, why does everyone always hero power instead of playing it? Like, I don't even think it's debatable.
You have to play it because it's turn 6 for a hunter. If you play turn 5 freezing trap against a empty board, it's super important. But to get the tempo, like people some time ago were using the boars to actually counter that. That was one of the reasons with Hunter's Mark and freezing traps and mirrors to actually run the boards. And I still think playing Kill Command was a mistake because that's also a finisher that can like race in the mirror match, and using the Kill Command here would be much safer than using it for.
Well, right now he can just ignore this Savannah High main. He can just play his own Savannah High main and go face.
If he knows the exact list of his opponent, because if there's an option of
well,
a charge creature,
you still can take a risk. I mean, you are taking a lead, basically. Obviously, you can run into a flare. Like if there's a flare, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, that would be huge. So you have to actually play Handmaster and sorry, you have to play Iron Big Owl here, I think.
Why?
Because oh no, there's no way the Savannah will be killed right now. So no, you don't have to.
You just slam your high main and go face.
Yeah, that will be better, much better.
Because if there's a flare, obviously you might be in trouble because they might position themselves to be in a good.
Yep,
good
you're right.
situation.
I
But
agree.
If there is no flare, you're in a great position.
I forgot that all is for 4 mana right now. That's a huge deal because if it will be for 2, you can just pair it up with Handmaster, and that's also insane.
Well, there is a flare, so there's he has to play the flare. Does Hunter's Mark change anything?
Well, it's a good thing with Knife Juggler.
Yeah, but I don't think there is any value in killing your own Savannah High main.
No. You can play almost whole of your hand. Just keep the kill command, so you can minimize the chances of not hitting creatures. So you kill the Misha with your Savannah, Hunter's Mark Lion, and then play Knife Juggler, drop both minions. 3/3 will take the bow, and there will be still 2 creatures to 2.
It's too defensive. You can't win the game that way. The correct play was to Hunter's Mark Misha and then juggle, and then go face. Because you wanted to. He also should have juggled first, I think. This is super defensive.
Well,
it worked
they're
out
even out.
RNG wise.
Yeah.
But
now he can play Handmaster.
he can, and it's not bad here. Well, you kind of want an owl though.
Yeah. That's why this is now the spot when you wanted to get the kill command for that Savannah Hyman. That would be off the board. He would have already been winning the game if he would have to deal with the
I
Hyman.
agree. Houndmaster was the better play that turn.
I don't think it's terrible anyway. If he plays a Houndmaster now, kills the 3/3, kills the 3/2, plays an Undertaker and Haunted Creeper.
I mean, he'll be at 20 against a web spinner that'll kill his hyena, and he'll have a Houndmaster.
Do we know what trap it is?
We don't know.
If this
Actually,
is
it's probably freezing.
if this is a freezing, you will attack into 1/1 as well, and just leave the high main.
Yeah, but then what about flare? I like owling and trading.
You've just seen one flare. You've just seen one flare, and your opponent has only 1 card in hand. So if you deal with this board and just leave the vanilla high main,
Yeah, you're right. That would have been.
he's going for the silence, I guess.
Well, he killed the juggler first, so I think that has to be done right now.
Yeah, that's fine as well. I mean, the web spinner is not exciting. That was a freezing shot, by the way. So there was a couple of lines of play that he could take. He decides to just clear the board. And oh boy, this hand doesn't look good for Cursed.
Yeah, you can just see it on his face. He knows that he's extremely far behind this game, and it is not looking great from here.
Oh, he still has outs until. Oh no, wait, there's a Savannah. Never
There
mind.
is a Savannah High May.
Never mind.
Doesn't respect explosive at all, but
Oh, but he does respect. Lifecoach is just the best guy ever.
His reactions are so priceless.
Like,
Like,
is there a chance for a snake trap? Like, is it a snake trap?
I think you want to all face first because all is getting so much value when it's bounced. Exactly. So yeah, I agree with
So
that.
now he knows.
all right.
Belcher's nice, but that's still
Oof.
not anything that you want to.
I mean, it'll force the snake trap. That's
Yeah,
important.
and then you get a Timberwolf, so you get 6 attack from that.
But this is he is playing Unleash the Hound, so if he gets Unleash, that might be important, especially if Lifecoach just overextends in here.
Even if it's overextending, he will get a taunt creature from the Huntmaster.
So he's gonna Houndmaster the Haunted Creeper. It'll go to 3 health. So I guess even if he draws Unleash, he has to use 2 snakes to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is almost unlosable for Lifecoach at this point.
He keeps the pressure, he has better board control, he is on draw and he has 2 death rattles. So
I mean, how much damage would an Unleash have been? It would have been 12, 13, 14. I guess drawing Unleash without that turn gave him a chance, but
well, when you're a life coach, you don't anticipate a Timberwolf. It's like 1 to 28 draw from
yeah.
Web Spinner. I don't really know how much
damage?
beasts are.
How much damage is this?
It's enough.
13.
That's too short.
Yeah, he is too short. It's like well played.
Really too short?
Well,
8,
the
10.
leper gnome is the
Oh yeah, 15. So he has to kill the Timberwolf, go face with other things.
Yeah, trying to get something from web spinner.
Oh,
No, he's
One
still
One
there.
short.
He's one short. He's 1 damage off lethal. They killed the leper gnome. Is there any reason to
kill the leopard now?
not kill the leper gnome? I guess there's not.
Well, he will still be at lethal next turn, so it doesn't matter really.
Okay, so Lifecoach is going to take this. We are still going to take.
Why
take
he
more
is
turns.
thinking about his place here? Like really?
He is always thinking about the place.
But
It's
There's
not enough to beat your opponent. You have to make them tilt.
but at the end of the game, you just push your opponent into like tilting for the next opponent.
Exactly. It's a sign of respect. Lifecoach doesn't want Cursed to win his next match because he doesn't, want to play against him later in the tournament.
Well, he's just making sure that. A leper gnome is just.
Oh wow,
it's
2
just
leper
sad.
gnomes
The leper gnomes
in
doesn't
a
pass.
row. Okay, guys, so I think Lifecoach will be coming
Yeah,
here.
Lifecoach is,
Okay,
is
so
coming here. He just advanced from his group, and Cursed is not out of the tournament yet. He is dropping to the losers bracket, but then if he wins,
he still has a
wait.
chance.
If he wins the losers bracket, he will advance to the round
Yeah.
of 32.
Yeah, he has still 1 chance to advance from his group, so it's not over for him, and he will be playing. Do we know against whom?
I don't know who is in that group, but Lothar, thank you so much for joining us for this match. I'm sure we'll be seeing you more during the
I hope so too.
games. So
Okay.
definitely, thank you so much, and give our regards to the other players watching and having fun. And we're getting Lifecoach, I believe.
I will fetch him for you.
Yeah, just give us some Lifecoach. All right, like we are seeing a lot of Hunter.
Yeah,
gameplay.
not surprising in a format with no bans. Hey, Lifecoach, congratulations, sir. Advancing out of groups 2-0, right? Winners bracket, well played. What did you think before you played your opponent? Did you know anything about him? Any decks that you expected?
No, not at all. I mean, I guess he did some preparation because like he played after me, after our games, but I didn't even know like what he was playing.
Cool. So still confident in the Druid opener. You like that strategy for the group stage?
Well, I don't know how it will be tomorrow, but in this case, yeah, I mean the Druid is obviously like a race you can really badly counter. Like I don't even know like which like he picked like huh? What did he pick in the
Hunter, I
first
think.
Hunter.
No, he picked Hunter in the second, right?
Oh,
No, yeah.
Was it Rogue?
He
No,
picked
it's a
Rogue.
different
Right, Rogue, yeah.
Rogue, like
Sure.
he was Rogue's opener, and then he won with Druid, and then he picked Hunter to counter Druid.
Exactly.
He won, and then Hunter versus Hunter.
Yeah, I'm already a little bit tired after the 4 matches.
This is not over yet for today, because today you'll be still playing the round of 32. So I believe you're playing the next group as well.
What, really?
Yeah, it's like because today after today I think we'll have 16 players advancing to tomorrow.
And then tomorrow will be all the way up to the
so
finals.
you're not done yet. Don't go to the hotel.
What? We are playing the second group too?
I think so.
What the fuck? Oh no. Oh, I'm so tired. I mean, like, for example, with the trap, like in the second game, I was like so sure that it's Snake that I simply like threw out my minions, and then I was like, oh, if it's explosive, it's like so bad. So
yeah, that was so funny. Like watching you there, you were like, oh, wait, what is this?
Yeah, that was like auto-played. But yeah, no, I mean, Druid is really nice, cannot get countered like quite easily, so that's pretty good. And oh yeah.
Can you?
Okay, I just heard something.
Yeah,
yeah, sure. Don't
the
worry about
producer.
it. So basically, well, the Druid seems to work for you, even though your draws are pretty weird. Like you're not getting the wide growth all the time, and
No.
yeah, like your hands seem to be clunky, but you know how to play the deck, and you're doing pretty good with it.
Yeah, I mean, against Hunter, as you could see, I mean, that's no secret, right? I mean, against Hunter, if you don't draw well, then you simply lose. And this is exactly what happened. I mean, in game 2, I couldn't done, like, anything. And this is what I was talking about before. Like, it's absolutely not sure that you simply advance by playing your best game, because you can always get, well, unlucky, or your opponent plays the very best game too, and then it's again a coin flip. So, yeah, but we'll see.
One question about the Hunter Mirror. You kept in your opening hands both Eagle Hornbow and Animal Companion, and you mulliganed away Haunted Creep.
Going second, you kept Scientist double 3-drop.
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I mean, the Scientist, despite him playing probably 1 or 2 flares, it's still a strong a strong creature, because like it's simply OP, right? I mean, even if he flares, he pays 1 mana, and Scientist basically costs 1 mana to retrieve the secret. So even if he got flared, that's not bad. About the bow, I mean, if he doesn't have flare, then the bow obviously it's extremely strong. So the only and the Animal Companion, I simply like this because it's simply a strong creature. So the only question was, can I maintain the curve? And I was speculating that in 2 cards I will be able to draw a 1 or a 2 mana drop, which obviously didn't happen, so that didn't look very nice then afterwards, but I'm not sure whether it's the wrong play anyways. Also, you need a removal for the Undertaker. If you gets the Undertaker running and you don't have an answer, you simply lose, and this is actually what happened, that we could actually handle the Undertaker because it grows too big. But again, also this game, if you would have had, like, let's say, only another 1 mana Death Rattle, I would have pretty easily lost too. Yeah, okay. I mean,
well said.
Could you explain why exactly you went with that particular build of Hunter? It seems like Sludge Belcher has been the popular list today. Definitely looks really strong, but did you go through your thought process in deciding which version of Hunter to go with?
Okay. All right. So to be honest, I didn't play that much Hunter because I usually play what not the mainstream deck. So I decided not to play Hunter if Hunter is mainstream, and I rather decided like last second that it would be good to have Hunter in the repertoire as well. So I simply checked out Colento's deck list from Hunter. And changed. I think I changed 2 or 3 cards. But the main build is basically Colento's build. Like, he played with double Belcher, 1 Snake Trap, and I simply overtook this because, I mean, Colento is an extremely strong player, and I guess he tested it and made his thought process without having played it that long or that much. I think the easiest is then not to make big changes.
Sure.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Well,
All right.
congratulations on advancing out of your first group, and good luck in the second.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. So guys, we are ready to go to the break, I believe. Do we know who's next? Do you remember?
No. We're still going to figure that out. They're playing their games right now, and it'll be about a 20-minute break while we figure that out and the people play their games. But we'll see you guys back after a bit, and yeah, see you in about 20 minutes.